Feel that. Stop for a moment and just feel it. There's a warmth spreading behind your sternum, a subtle, insistent heat that is not your own. You have been dismissing it as anxiety, as indigestion, as the residue of a restless night's sleep. It is none of those things. That heat is a compass needle, spinning wildly because the magnetic north of your life has dissolved. It is searching for a true line in a world that has become mist. This is the first sign. The body always knows before the mind catches up. The body is an ancient, faithful animal, and it can smell a change in the cosmic weather long before the storm appears on any visible horizon. And the weather has changed. Within the next 48 hours, a celestial current reaches its peak, a current that has been building for months, subtly undermining the foundations of what you thought was solid. This is the work of Neptune, the great dissolver, the god of the oceanic depths, the keeper of dreams and delusions.
He is not a malicious force. You must understand this first. He is the divine agent of surrender. He rules the fog, the mist, the beautiful confusion that comes to force you off the well-trod path and into the wilderness of your own intuition. He is sending a sacred fog to roll over the landscapes of 4 specific signs. And if you are one of them, what you are feeling right now is not chaos. It is a holy summons. It is a call to learn to navigate by a different kind of sight. This is not a simple transit that will be written about in pop astrology columns, describing a vague mood of dreaminess or a warning against signing contracts. This is deeper. This is a profound spiritual audit. The last time Neptune stationed with this particular gravitational resonance against the galactic center, entire empires fell, not through war, but because their founding myths, their core beliefs, simply dissolved into irrelevance.
The people woke up one day and no longer believed in the stories that had organized their world. That is what is happening to you now on a personal scale. A core story that you have used to organize your reality is being revealed as an illusion. And the discomfort you feel, the sense of being lost, of floating untethered, is the entire point. The fog does not come to blind you. It comes to wash your eyes. It comes to force you to close the eyes that see the world and open the one that sees the truth. So stay with me. Breathe into that heat in your chest. Let it be your anchor in this mist. I'm going to walk you through the 4 illusions Neptune is weaving. I will show you the specific mirage being presented to each of the 4 signs. I will give you the ancient language for what you are feeling in your body. And then I will give you a practice, a way to place your feet on solid ground even when you cannot see the path. This is not about prediction. This is about recognition. What I am about to say, a part of you already knows. My role is not to inform you, but to give you permission to finally name what has been whispering to you in the dark. The nature of this Neptunian fog is that it feels deeply personal, like a unique and private failure. It feels like you are the only one who cannot find your footing, the only one whose map has become useless. This is the first and most potent layer of the illusion. The truth is, this is a collective baptism. But for you, for the 4 signs we will speak of, you are standing at the water's edge. You are the first ones in. Your experience is a key, a signal for others. The work you do here, in learning to see without sight, is not just for you. It is a light you are kindling for the people in your life who are still asleep, who still believe the map is real. Remember the stories of the ancient mariners, the ones who sailed before the compass was forged. They did not navigate by chart and line. They navigated by the feel of the swell beneath the hull, by the scent of distant land carried on the wind, by the flight patterns of birds who held a deeper map in their bones. This is what is being asked of you now. To abandon the charts, the plans, the 5-year projections, the logical conclusions. They are paper, and they are dissolving in this sacred dampness. You are being asked to become an ancient mariner of your own soul, to trust the swell of emotion in your gut, the scent of truth on the psychic winds, the instinct that flutters in your heart like a bird telling you which way is home. This is not a punishment. This is an initiation, and it has already begun. For you, Pisces, this fog is your native air, but now it has grown so thick you can no longer tell the difference between your breath and the mist. The water is in your blood, in the fluid of your eyes, in the ancestral memory of the primordial ocean from which all life emerged.
You feel this transit not as an alien invasion, but as a homecoming, and that is the precise nature of its danger. The illusion Neptune is casting for you is the mirage of complete dissolution, as the ultimate act of love. It is the temptation to finally merge, to let go of the painful burden of a separate self, to pour yourself so completely into another person, a dream, or a spiritual path, that your own edges cease to exist. It feels like ecstasy. It feels like redemption. It is a beautiful, shimmering poison. Feel it in your body. It is a heaviness in your limbs, a desire to lay down, to stop striving. It is a profound weariness with the work of being you. In your relationships, it manifests as a boundless empathy that asks for nothing in return, a willingness to absorb the pain of another until you are drowning in it. You call it compassion, but look closer. Beneath the compassion is a subtle spiritual pride. Look how much I can hold. Look how much I can endure. My love is so vast, it can heal this brokenness.
This is the beautiful martyrdom Neptune is offering you. The fantasy that your sacrifice will be the thing that finally saves them, or saves the situation. The ancient Sumerians spoke of the goddess Namu, the formless primordial sea from which all the gods were born. She was pure potential, pure creative chaos without boundary or name. To return to her was to return to the source, but it was also to be unmade, to lose the unique form the gods had gifted you. This is the call you are hearing, Pisces, the whisper that says, let go, dissolve, come back to the sea. The struggle is over. It is the most seductive song for a soul like yours. And it is a lie. Not because the sea is not your mother, but because you were not born to remain water. You were born to be a river with banks, with a direction, with a sacred purpose that requires a self to carry it out. There is a person, a job, a belief system that you are pouring your life force into, and you are getting nothing back but the intoxicating feeling of being needed. Be honest. There is a voice inside you, a small, resilient part of your soul that has refused to dissolve, and it has been whispering, this is not it. It says, this is a beautiful drain. The emotional confrontation for you is this. What if the most sacred thing you could do is not to give more, but to pull back? What if the greatest act of love you could perform is to reclaim your own shoreline? To say, my love is an ocean, but I am the keeper of the tides, and the tide is going out. To disappoint someone, to let them face their own chaos without your divine intervention, feels like a failure to you. But Neptune, in this fog, is trying to show you that your constant saving is what has been preventing them and you from truly growing. You are not here to be a sacrifice on anyone's altar. You are here to be a living, breathing body of water that knows its own name. And then there is you, Gemini, the master of words, the weaver of connections, the divine messenger. For you, the Neptunian mist has rolled into the realm of language itself. The illusion being presented to you is the mirage of the perfect explanation, the glittering promise, the set of words that will finally fix everything. You believe that if you can just find the right way to say it, or if you can just believe the beautiful thing that was said to you, clarity will be restored. You are clinging to words as if they are solid objects, while Neptune is showing you they are nothing but vapor. Feel it in your body. It is a tightness in your throat, as if the words are stuck. It is a buzzing behind the ears, the static of 1,000 unheard conversations. It is the frantic energy in your mind, rehearsing, replaying, dissecting sentences, searching for the hidden meaning, the loophole, the key.
You're being offered stories that sound like heaven. A business partner paints a vision of the future that is flawless. A lover whispers promises that tick every box of your soul's deepest longing. A new philosophy arrives that seems to explain the entire universe in one elegant paragraph. And your mind, your beautiful, powerful mind, wants to believe it. Because not believing it means sitting in the uncomfortable, silent truth of what is actually happening. The ancient Greeks told stories of Hermes, your ruling planet, the god of commerce and communication. He was faster than any other god, his mind a flash of lightning. But there were places his speed and wit could not take him. There were sacred groves, deep forests shrouded in mist, where the laws of logic did not apply. In these places, silence was the presiding deity. To speak was to break the spell, to miss the entire lesson. You are in one of those groves right now, Gemini.
You are trying to talk your way through mystery that can only be felt. You are trying to outsmart a god who does not deal in intellect. Neptune is dissolving the very structure of meaning. The words that once held weight now feel hollow. The promises that once shone so brightly are revealed to be cheap gilding. This is not a punishment. It is a calibration. You are being taught the difference between information and wisdom. Information is the glittering surface of the water. Wisdom is the silent, crushing pressure of the depths. The emotional confrontation for you is this. There is a conversation you are desperately trying to have, or one you are avoiding, because you are waiting for the perfect words to arrive. You are waiting for a script. Neptune is telling you, the words are not coming. The truth is not in a sentence. The truth is in the quality of the silence between you and that person. The truth is in the feeling in your gut when they speak. Can you bear that silence?
Can you stop explaining, justifying, negotiating? Can you let the beautiful story fall apart and just be with the raw, unnamed reality it was hiding? The illusion for you is that communication will save you. The truth is, only presence will. The presence to sit in the awkward silence. The presence to notice the discrepancy between their beautiful words and their chaotic energy. The presence to trust the nonverbal truth that your body has been screaming at you for months. Your next evolution is not about learning a new language. It is about learning to trust the one that has no words at all. Virgo, let me speak directly to you. Your world is one of sacred order, of divine systems, of the holy ritual of everyday life. You find God in the details, in the purity of a clean line, in the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. For you, the Neptunian mist is a direct assault on your sanity. It is chaos made manifest. It is a tide of entropy that threatens to undo all of your careful work. And so the illusion Neptune is casting for you is the most insidious of all. The delusion of control. It is the belief that if you can just work harder, be more efficient, fix what is broken, and serve more selflessly, you can hold back the tide. You can organize the fog. Feel this in your own body. It is a knot in your solar plexus, the center of your will. It is a tension in the shoulders and the neck, the physical manifestation of carrying a burden that is not yours to carry. It is a low-grade, persistent exhaustion, the fatigue of a soldier fighting a war on 1,000 fronts. You look at your life, at a relationship, at your health, at a project, and you see the flaws, you see the cracks, and your immediate, divine instinct is to fix them. You have a list, you have a plan, you have the remedy, and you are applying all your formidable intelligence and devotion to this act of repair. And it is not working. The more you fix, the more things seem to fall apart. The ancient story of Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, is your story right now. When her daughter Persephone was taken into the underworld, Demeter's first response was one of frantic, orderly action. She searched every corner of the earth. She questioned every god and spirit. She applied her immense power to the problem. But Persephone was in a realm beyond her mother's control. She was in the underworld, the realm of shadow, dissolution, and mystery. And Demeter's refusal to accept this, her insistence on imposing her will upon a mystery, is what caused the world to fall into winter. Her solution became the problem. She only got her daughter back when she finally stopped, when she surrendered, when she grieved, when she sat in the stillness of her loss and allowed a new solution to emerge from a different realm. You are trying to fix something that does not need to be fixed. It needs to be allowed to die. There is a relationship, a job, a habit, an identity that has run its course. It has entered the underworld, and you, in your beautiful, loving devotion, are standing at the gates, trying to call it back, trying to pretend that with enough care and effort, you can make winter into summer. Neptune whispers to you in the churn of your gut. Stop. Put it down. Let it fall. The emotional confrontation for you, Virgo, is terrifying. It is the fear that if you stop holding it all together, everything will shatter into a million pieces. The illusion is that your effort is the only thing preventing disaster. The devastating truth Neptune is trying to show you is that your effort is preventing the necessary death that must precede any true rebirth. What if the greatest act of service you could offer right now is to do nothing? To witness the decay without trying to prettify it, to allow the mess, to let go of the list and the plan and simply sit with the reality of what is ending. This is not failure. This is the highest form of faith. It is the faith of the farmer who allows the field to lie fallow in winter, trusting the unseen process happening in the dark soil. Your need to be useful is being challenged. Your identity as the one who fixes things is being dissolved. Beneath that identity is a deeper truth. You are not the healer. You are the sacred witness to a transformation that is far older and wiser than your plans. Let the winter come. It is the only thing that will make the spring possible. And Sagittarius, the archer, the seeker of truth, the philosopher king. Your entire life is oriented toward a distant horizon, toward the grand unifying theory, toward the next great adventure that will reveal the meaning of it all. You live for the quest. And for you, the Neptunian mist has done the one thing you cannot bear. It has hidden the horizon. The illusion Neptune is weaving for you is the mirage of the phantom destination. You are chasing a future, a belief, a teacher, a place that promises ultimate freedom and enlightenment. And the closer you get, the further it recedes. Feel this in your body. It is restless legs at night. It is a feeling of being profoundly trapped or tethered when you were born to run free. It is a heat in your hips and thighs, the archer's muscles, tensed and ready to leap, with nowhere to go. You have placed your faith in something, or someone, a spiritual path that felt like the final answer, a vision of a future life that would solve all the problems of your present, a belief about the world that made everything make sense. And now, cracks are appearing in that faith.
The guru has human flaws. The promised land looks suspiciously like the place you just left. The grand theory cannot explain the quiet ache in your own heart. The arrow you shot with such certainty has vanished into the mist. Your ruling myth is that of the centaur, the creature half human, half horse. Your wisdom comes from the tension between your animal instincts and your human consciousness, your earthly feet and your lofty aspirations. The great teacher Chiron, the wisest of the centaurs, suffered from a wound that he could never heal despite his immense knowledge of medicine. His wisdom did not come from achieving a perfect, painless state. It came from the compassionate understanding he gained by living with his own incurable wound. He learned that truth is not a destination you arrive at, but a quality of presence you inhabit, especially in the face of what cannot be fixed. You are chasing an arrow in the fog, Sagittarius. You are convinced that your salvation lies out there, somewhere ahead, in the next town, the next book, the next relationship. And Neptune has stalled your forward momentum, not to frustrate you, but to save you. It is an intervention. The great journey is not to the horizon. The great journey is back down, from the searching mind into the feeling body. The emotional confrontation for you is to face the profound dissatisfaction of the present moment without the drug of a future promise. It is to lower the bow, to stop scanning the horizon for a sign, and to turn your attention to the archer himself. The illusion is that the truth you seek is external to you, that it must be found, earned, or discovered. The radical truth Neptune is forcing upon you is that the truth is a frequency that is already vibrating within your own cells. It is in the restless energy in your legs. It is in the ache of disappointment. It is in the confusion of not knowing what to believe anymore. All of these things you have been trying to escape are the very location of the grail you have been seeking. Can you stop running? Can you stand still in this disorienting fog and feel the truth of your own magnificent, wounded human heart? The target was never the point. The point was to draw the bow, to feel the tension, to align your breath, and to recognize that the power was never in the arrow. It was in you, the archer, all along. So for all four of you, for Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, and for anyone whose heart has resonated with these truths, here is the practice. Here is the anchor in the mist. This is not about fighting the fog. It is about honoring it. It is about learning to move within it. This practice spans 3 days, beginning the moment you feel ready. You will need a bowl made of glass or ceramic, something that can hold water. You will need a pen and a small piece of paper. You will need a candle, and you will need access to a piece of raw earth, be it a garden, a park, or a simple houseplant. On the first day, or the first night, take the bowl and fill it with cool, clean water. Sit with it in a quiet place. Take the piece of paper and the pen, and on that paper, I want you to write the name of the illusion. Do not overthink it. Write the first thing that comes to your soul. For Pisces, it might be, my sacrifice will save them. For Gemini, the right words will fix this. For Virgo, my control keeps us safe. For Sagittarius, the answer is out there. Use your own words. Write the lie that has been costing you your life. Then fold the paper as small as you can and drop it into the water. Watch it as the ink begins to blur, as the paper softens and begins to dissolve. As you watch it, speak the illusion aloud to the water. Give it to the water. Say, I give you this story. I give you this beautiful lie. I release the need to believe it. Then leave the bowl undisturbed overnight. The water is a conscious element. It will absorb the psychic and emotional energy of that illusion. It is doing the work of Neptune for you in a contained and sacred way. On the second day, take the bowl of water, The paper may be fully dissolved, or it may be a soft pulp. It does not matter. Carry this bowl to your piece of earth, and as you pour the water onto the soil, I want you to say, I return this energy to the great body of the Mother. I release it for transmutation. It is no longer mine to carry. Feel the release. Feel the weight of that story leaving your system as the water soaks into the ground. The earth knows what to do with this. It knows how to compost old stories and turn them into new life. You do not need to manage this process. You only need to surrender it. On the third day, in the evening, you will complete the ritual. Take your candle and light it. Place it in front of you and turn off all other lights. This single flame is your new point of focus. It is the inner sight, the intuitive knowing that remains when all external landmarks have been obscured by the fog. Stare into the flame. Let your eyes soften. Do not try to think. Just watch the light. This flame is the heat you have been feeling in your sternum. It is your own inextinguishable soul. It is the compass that never spins. After you have sat with the flame for at least 5 minutes, in the silence, I want you to speak your new truth aloud. Not the opposite of the illusion, but a deeper truth that lives beneath it. For Pisces, it might be, my presence is enough. For Gemini, I trust the silence. For Virgo, I surrender to a wisdom greater than my own. For Sagittarius, I am the destination. Again, use your own words. Speak this new vow into the space around you. Let the vibration of it settle into your bones. This is you, planting a seed in the fertile ground you cleared on day 2. This is the truth that will guide you long after the fog has lifted. You did not find this by accident. You were led here. The part of you that is tired of the struggle, the part of you that already knew something was deeply wrong with the map you were following, it searched for and found this transmission. What you have been feeling is not madness. It is the beginning of a profound awakening. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be, at the edge of a new world, learning to use senses you forgot you had. The courage it took to listen this far, to allow these words to land, is the only courage you will need. In the space below, I want you to make a declaration. It is a gift, not only to yourself, but to every other soul who will come here feeling lost in the same fog. Write one word. Write the name of the illusion you are releasing to the water. Do not explain it, just name it. Martyrdom, perfection, control, the horizon. Your single word will be a lighthouse. Someone scrolling through the comments, feeling alone in their confusion, will see your word, and beneath it, they will find the courage to name their own. This is how we build the new world. Not with grand plans, but with small, devastatingly honest acts of recognition, shared in communion. I have spent many hours in stillness, sifting through the old texts and listening to the currents, so that the path for you would be clear. It is my service to be a translator for these great cosmic tides. If this work speaks to the part of you that remembers, the part of you that feels the truth of it in your body, then subscribe and press the bell. It is a signal to the universe and to me that you are ready for the deeper work that is to come. We are just beginning. This Neptunian fog will pass, but you will not be the same person when it does. You will be someone who no longer needs to see the path to trust the journey. You will be someone who navigates not by maps, but by the unwavering compass of your own sacred heart. May you trust the compass of your own heart.